been an honor for me to know Mayor Hazel over many years now, both serving in the provincial government of Ontario and in the federal government. It's an honor to be here to honor you, Mayor Hazel, tonight. She early on taught me several lessons. You know, there's this theory in Canadian politics that there are different levels of government: municipal government, provincial government, federal government. Hazel taught me a long time ago that is a theory, that actually somebody needs to be in charge, and that would be her as the mayor of Mississauga. And I learned also that it was a good idea to just accept that with Mayor Hazel. We had a meeting. We had many meetings over the years. I remember one several years ago where the mayor was there. She calls these meetings. She came to see me in my finance office, and the federal government pays payments in lieu of taxes for things like airports. There happens to be a very substantial airport in the city of Mississauga called Pearson, and the mayor was of the view that we were paying inadequate payments in lieu of taxes, and talked about the fire services and the cost of the fire services and the police services and all that had to be done. And I explained our position in some detail as finance minister, and she listened and she nodded, and then she looked at me and she said, "Jim, when are you guys going to pay up?" Then there was the transit announcement. I was thinking of the ones that I remember vividly. The transit announcement in Mississauga, and we thought we were so proud as a federal government to be contributing to one of the mayor's great ideas, the expansion of Mississauga Transit. And I got up and I gave my little speech about the federal commitment to financing and so on, and Mayor Hazel got up right after me and said, "That's just great to hear about the federal government's commitment. Where's the check?" So one learns humility with the mayor. And then my advisors said to me, "You know," they said, "Jim, just say yes." So I did. So I'm still the Minister of Finance. I have to tell you though, before I met Mayor Hazel, I was 6'2". Oh dear. There's a lovely story. I'm sure many of you have read the book, Tuesdays with Maury. There's a lovely story in there where they talk about what's important in life. And Maury, who's the professor, says, he says, "Remember what I said about finding a meaningful life?" He said 3 things. He said, first of all, devote yourself to loving others. He said, secondly, devote yourself to your community. And thirdly, devote yourself to creating something that gives you purpose and meaning. And you notice that nothing in there is about salary. And I do say to you, Mayor, tonight, Mayor Hazel, that you have met all of those tests. You have devoted yourself to others. You've devoted yourself to your community. You have devoted yourself to the creation of a great city of Mississauga. And none of that has been about yourself or your salary or anything personal. You are a great Canadian. We thank you for contributing to the city of Mississauga, to the Greater Toronto area, to Ontario, and to our country. Happy birthday from all Canadians.